Good morning, good morning. It is Thursday, March the 28th, 2019. You're listening to Radio Free Radford.com. I'm Dustin Staples, your host, your commander of weather, news, entertainment. I don't know what you want. I'm a little bit of everything here at the university, involved with student media. Hope you're doing pretty well out there today. We've got lots of sunshine for a change, and we're going to be getting up to the mid-60s this afternoon. A light and variable breeze light and variable winds will be the theme today, so it shouldn't be too breezy out there. And of course, a lot of students here recently have been pulling the hammock out and putting it around the trees, and that's something we want to do. A lot of the activities and warm weather's approaching, so we're letting you know spring is just about here. This morning, I have the privilege of honor of talking with someone from Radford Admissions. So first of all, good morning, and thank you for coming in.
Yeah, certainly. It's my pleasure.
Alrighty, so first things first, I'm putting the questions up on my end. So let's kind of get to know who you are and where you're from and the graduation year that you graduated from.
Sure. My name is Shawn Ficadenti. I grew up in Fairfax County, Virginia, so that's in the Nova area, and I graduated actually just this past May in 2018.
Alrighty, fairly new here. Congratulations to that as well. So kind of tell the folks, what exactly is Radford Admissions?
So the Office of Admissions is a function of enrollment management, so we oversee the recruitment process and the yield process of the incoming freshman class, which also includes transfer students. Mm-hmm. So each counselor, assistant director, associate director recruits a section of the state of Virginia, mm-hmm. as well as a few other states. For example, myself, I recruit the Fredericksburg area and the county surrounding it. I also recruit a good portion of the state of Maryland. Mm-hmm. My colleague Emily basically recruits all of New England and the local area, so it can get pretty finite with each individual person. Mm-hmm. We also coordinate on-campus events throughout the year to showcase the resources, opportunities, and academic programs we have to offer, as well as help students out with their college decision process, mm-hmm. whether that be talking to them through their financial aid package, helping them submit all their transcripts and test mm-hmm. scores and things of that nature, their mm-hmm. application. We'll travel to their high schools or college fairs in their area, put together extended student events, et cetera, et cetera.
Awesome. And of course, the position you hold is?
I'm an admissions counselor.
Admissions counselor. All right. And of course, you've just recently got the position, correct?
Yes, I was hired this past August.
Okay. Awesome. So kind of tell the folks, how did you think of, did you ever want to be an admissions center? Something that somebody reached out to you, or how did you hear about it?
I was a student tour guide during my time.
Okay.
So I was a Highlander guide is what they're called now, or campus tour guide, and I was also a processing student worker. Okay. So I would give tours to prospective students. I also would help out within the office. Mm-hmm. I was an administrative aide of sorts. When I was first hired for the student processing worker job, I actually was kind of just my boss's assistant for a majority of the time, but then I fell into a more specific role. But I would discuss furthering my career here as opposed to going anywhere else. Mm-hmm. And I saw the position open up over the summer, and I applied, and here we are.
All right. So, well, it sounds like a cool story right there, and awesome right there. You're going from tour guide, and here you are working up in admissions. How about that? Yeah, all righty. So kind of tell the folks, of course, you all are a very, very busy bunch. You just recently did Highlander Day this past weekend. You just, some of your colleagues there recently went to the school on Sunday. Talk about that. So kind of tell some of the projects that you're going to be doing the rest of the semester and coming up next year.
So for the rest of the spring semester, or the spring semester in general, we call our yield season. So we review files, we offer admission to students, and now we try to present them opportunities to come to Radford, mm-hmm. or just give them opportunities to talk with us through the rest of the process and how it all works out. So for instance, Highlander Days you mentioned, we have 4 in the spring. We just did 2, so now we have 2 more coming up in April, and those are basically accepted student open houses. I like to say that they can be a standard tour, but on steroids, because they are given mm-hmm. so many opportunities to mm-hmm. see campus and see the different residence hall options. Mm-hmm. They're able to speak with professors, faculty, and staff from across campus at the mm-hmm. Student Life and Academic Fair. Mm-hmm. They can also put down their deposit. So I know a handful of students, we like to talk about how once they come to campus, we have a higher probability of actually yielding them and keeping them for the next coming year. So they actually are given that opportunity here during Highlander Day to actually say, I'm going to be a Radford mm-hmm. student next year. I'm going to put down my tuition deposit and all those other steps afterwards.
Cool.
So like the housing application, signing up for Quest, things of that nature.
Okay.
And so that's spring. We also have like accepted student reception. So we try and do like I like to describe it as like a mini Highlander Day, but in their area. So we travel to various parts of the state of Virginia, as well as like some of the bordering states, and we will have like this little social event both for their parents and the students, so they can meet alumni that are actually currently based where they're from.
Okay.
They can meet other students where they're from, and then we like to play games with them, get them to know Radford a little more. We also have the high school spring breaks coming up the first 2 weeks of April, and we basically hold larger on-campus tours for them.
Okay.
And something that we're actually doing new this year is that we're holding an hour-long academic fair.
Oh, okay.
So professors from across campus are volunteering their time to come help us out and help students like navigate their major and learn a little bit more. And because they are on spring break, they have so much extra time to just share with us that we want to give them as much for them while they're here. That's mainly spring. Over the summer, we support new student and family programs with Quest.
Okay.
So that's going to be a big thing over the summer. We'll also continue to do on-campus tours for, I guess, the incoming high school seniors.
Okay.
So like that summer transition, we'll still have campus tours for them and whatnot. But it is going to mainly be a lot of helping out new student and family programs over the summer. And then it all starts over again August and September when we start our fall travel. So we'll do high school visits, college fairs during probably September and October, which is basically where we go to their high school and do like 30, 45, maybe an hour-long presentation with them. Whoever's interested in Radford, we'll talk to them about it. And then we also do this thing called on-site admissions, which is a little later, sometime towards the end of October, November, parts of December, where we go back to their high schools and we actually review their transcript and test scores and application information on the spot, and we'll give them a decision while we're there.
Okay.
So sometimes we like to, I like to think that we're pretty early in the game during that time, because most students, we're their first decision. So we're their first like official welcome to university, welcome to college, like we're your first acceptance. So, but that's kind of how our year tends to fall.
Wow. It seems like, do y'all ever get a break, or y'all continuously working nonstop, or is it like or I guess maybe, so anyway, so.
The leadership team in our office is very, very forward thinking and very much like, hey, Highlander Day was just a Saturday. Take some time this week so you don't get too overworked or anything like that. So for instance, like we just had Highlander Day this past Saturday, so a lot of people will take that time and take a 3-day weekend. So a lot of people are taking tomorrow off so you can have a 3-day weekend. So our leadership team is very much like, you need a break. You just work 6 days, like take a day. Do something for yourself. So.
And of course you're here Monday through Friday every day during the weekdays, so you got on top of that. But that's kind of flexibility good on your part too. So, well, like I said, you all promote so much, and of course it's like the team spirit is never that bond will never break. You're always there helping one another, so that's awesome to see that continue on too. So, and of course something else I was going to ask you, of course, the acceptance rate, about on how of an average, I guess you could guesstimate the acceptance rate. Most people say yes, Radford is my number one choice.
You mean in terms of like us accepting them? Okay. We look at applications holistically. So I mean, we believe in more than just numbers and on a piece of paper. Like I tell my students, and the whole office believes, that you're not just a number on a piece of paper. You're not just an exam that you had to take at 8 a.m. for 4 hours on a Saturday. Students they have hopes, dreams, aspirations, and things they want to do with their life, and we want to help them achieve those dreams, whether that by coming here and fulfilling their educational goals and things of that nature. So a strict number I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I do know that we are very much an individualized basis, and we look at everything very particularly in each on a like an individual basis. I'm just going in circles.
You're good. Yeah, gotcha. Well, a lot of people, like you said, it's a very small tick community. Everybody's right here with you, and of course, everything's in the way to go. Whereas, like you have at Virginia Tech, where everything's so spread it out, y'all are more central located. So I guess you have that to worry about because people are saying, "Well, I don't want Raf. I want to go to Tech or UVA or whatever it is," and you go, "Nope, you want to come here. You want you." So anyway, so if someone is interested, maybe finding where you all are at the admissions, so where can they do so? And if somebody's listening out there this morning saying, "Hey, I want to work my way up to see where you are," how can they do that?
Well, we are housed in Russell Hall, which is literally probably in the center of campus, and I consider Heath to be like the middle point of campus, and we're right next door to that.
Yeah.
We're on the first and second floor, so anyone is welcome to stop by and say hi. But in terms of like social media platforms and that kind of stuff, we do have Instagram and Twitter. So, and that's going to be at Ready for Radford.
Okay.
We also do have a Facebook page, which is Radford University Admissions. Each admissions counselor or assistant director or associate director actually has their own Radford Facebook page. So, for instance, mine was Radford Shawn, which is there's Radford Emily, Radford Charles. Salyers is a very popular one, I'm sure.
Yes.
But you can find us on all the social media platforms. And if any prospective students are looking to are starting their decision process or application process, we are on the Radford University website at radford.edu/admissions, and then our admitted students get a special section of the website where it's radford.edu/admitted, so that'll showcase the receptions, Highlander Days. We talked about other campus visit opportunities. And like I mentioned, Charles, I like to advocate for him as our social media guru. He's very much the person that I like to get advice from for social media marketing and things of that nature. So he is definitely on every social media platform. He's also in a couple of the Radford class of 20 whatever pages. So if there's anything that you're looking for social media wise, he's definitely going to be a great person to find on there.
Yes, that's for sure. And of course, I noticed that as an incoming freshman. I'm like, man, this guy is just everywhere, isn't he? So that's good to see. And of course, and also help you out with that too. So of course, our last and final question here for our incoming students: what would you have to say to them? Some advice, I guess. So much you could say, probably.
I always felt like I say the same thing over and over again, and I know that what I'm probably going to say is going to sound more cliche than it actually is, but it's just the truth, man. But I honestly would say, even to both prospective and current students that are struggling with like just transition to college in general, is that you have to be a part of the campus community. Because like you mentioned earlier, like we're such a unique campus community. We're such a small but yet so significantly diverse campus. And I think that students, you can't be the kid that just eats, sleeps, and just stays in their dorm and goes to class every day. You have to go out and you have to do something. There's so many different resources and opportunities and just like straight up fun that you can have on campus if you just take the time to search for it. For starters, club fair. That's the biggest thing I advocate for incoming students. First Friday of every semester, all 300 plus clubs are sprawled out either on Moffitt or in the gym, and all you have to do is spend 15 minutes to walk around. All you have to do is, you don't have to sign up for anything if you really don't want to, but the probability of you not finding something to get involved in is going to be pretty slim.
Right.
And by that sheer miracle that you can start your own club. It's really not a complicated process. Speaking from personal experience, I did start my own club as a student, and it's not difficult to start. Where the work comes in is the maintenance behind it. So I encourage students that if you are going to start your own club or revitalize a club that is struggling, do it for something that you're passionate about. Do it for something that you have a drive and passion and real dedication towards, because that's what you're going to upkeep with. And when you find the days where you're just like really down about your club and you don't feel like it's going anywhere, just look at your membership, because you're going to realize that members are making connections with each other, and your club could be the reason that they stopped being the kid that eats, sleeps, go to class, and stays in their dorm. Yeah. So, and I also just think for the size school that we are, we're very fortunate to have so many different resources and organizations so that the campus community has a little bit to offer to everyone. So I just say get involved, do what you can. Just don't sit in your room all day. That'll get boring over like a couple days.
Yes, and for sure that is. And of course, as an incoming freshman myself here, it's like, I don't know anybody. Well, that's why you go to these things and say, hey, you're a new friend or a club member, whatever you're part with as well. And of course, same thing with me, reaching out to student media, even though I've been kind of involved with it for a little bit more longer my past term or whatever. But it's something new to bring to the table, and you never know where this is going to lead you at some point. So who knows, somebody out there high in the position say, hey, I want you. You're the perfect fit for it. So, alrighty. Well, anything else you want to add? I think you've pretty much covered a lot of Broadway. It looks like you seem to say so.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you asking me to be on your section of the radio station. So I'm very flattered to be on here, and I really had fun.
All right, awesome. Well, glad that you enjoyed it. And of course, we're going to get off wrap up things here this morning. Of course, he's probably going to be going back to the office looking at 5,000 pages of paperwork. Who knows what he's doing? But he's a very dedicated worker to say what he's doing here at Radford University. We appreciate you and all your colleagues for what they do is around the university too.
Certainly. Thanks.
Alrighty, folks. We're going to wrap things up here. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Friday's almost here, folks. Hang on just tight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.